Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on just DC TV in general, but more specifically, Supergirl and a bit of a change in the Arrowverse, or the universe that shall not be named, the CW-verse. Now, of course, we're like in the home stretch in regards to the show's about to go back to filming. Batwoman's almost started, or Batwoman has already started. Supergirl itself starts in the next couple days, and the other shows start, in the first, week or 2 weeks of October. So we're going to be getting hopefully some cool stuff announced in those coming days or in those coming weeks when they do start filming. But one thing that I guess wasn't that good if you were a current Supergirl watcher and just liked the CW, I almost said CWverse, but Arrowverse continuing just as it is. Some news that wasn't too good. So it was announced literally 5 minutes ago from when I'm making this video, and I guess about within the hour ago from when this video will go up, that Supergirl will be ending after season 6. Now, this is something that I don't think it's like the biggest shock ever. Now, the reason I say that is because Melissa Benoist, as I guess most of you would know, got pregnant, has most likely had the child by now, but it was always going to be an issue around that, dealing with the new kid, especially for a main star on a show. You're working a lot of hours and stuff, and obviously still got to do this season and everything like that, but it's obviously something that was always going to be an issue with the show going forward, I think, after this season. Now, it has to be noted that the CW, I almost said it again, the Arrowverse is moving into this, I guess you want to say a new phase, if you want to call it. You have Stargirl coming in, Superman and Lois coming in, you can even chuck Batwoman in there, seeing it's only on season 2. So you have this new era, if you want to call it, of the DC shows on the CW. So you expect some things to end. I think a lot of us were expecting Legends of Tomorrow to be the first show that was to end. However, it's actually going to be Supergirl. Now, it must be said that they haven't actually released a statement in regards to how they normally would, when a show gets renewed or a show gets picked up or something, like they have Greg Berlanti or the showrunner for the new show or the star for the new show. So in this case, Melissa Benoist, they don't have any statement saying, oh yeah, Supergirl was a really fun ride and everything like that. They haven't released a statement as of yet. The only information that has come out from both Warner Brothers and the CW is that the show is ending after season 6. Now, the thing that needs to be pointed out is that 6 seasons for a show, that's a fair innings. That's a good innings. A lot of shows would beg to get to 6 seasons, let alone 3 or 4. So the fact it got to 6 seasons isn't anything to shy away from and say, ha, you got cancelled or anything like that. And I don't think it's getting cancelled either. The Supergirl was getting ratings to keep it on. I think that's another thing to point out. It's very similar to Arrow. Arrow could have kept going. It was getting the ratings where it could have kept going. Supergirl would as well. Supergirl isn't cancelled. I think the reason it's ending is because Melissa Benoist is look, I think it's time to go. And I think her contract would have run up this season. I think she was signed on for 5 seasons once the show moved to the CW, which took her up to season 6. And I think that was where a lot of speculation came around in regards to whether the show is actually just going to end on season 6 and not get, move any point further because Melissa wouldn't have renewed her contract. Now, as I said, the upcoming 6th and I guess now final season is set to begin production in about a week. I think it starts on Monday next week. So this coming Monday, I think it starts. I'm pretty sure that's when season 6 starts filming, or the Tuesday, Monday or the Tuesday, one of the two. So they're going to start, and it was a bit of a surprise because it was alluded to that Supergirl would be getting 20 episodes, which I think at this point will put it up there with the most, maybe alongside Batwoman for episodes filmed this season. And I guess now it makes sense why they would want to be doing 20 episodes. And that's because it's their final season. They'd be wanting to get as many episodes out as they possibly could, because they got to finish off what they did last season, and then also wrap up the story. It's going to be interesting how they wrap up this show. I have a theory as in regards to how they're going to end the show, and I'll talk about it in a second. But wrapping up a show is always interesting, and it's always a difficult thing, especially when maybe they might have thought, hey, we might get to season 7 or 8, and that's where we'd prefer to end it. But I have a feeling that they would have been in talks to end this show, or for season 6 to be the final season, for the past several months. Once Melissa got pregnant, actually more than that, up to a year. Once Melissa got pregnant, and everything like that, I think the discussions probably started then. It's are we going to continue past season 6? Especially, as I said, because it was said that her contract wrapped up on season 6. But in regards to how this show wraps up, I think they're going to bring Mon-El back into it. And that's how they're going to wrap it up. I don't know how they can, like, keep her on Earth, if that makes sense. I think they're going to have Mon-El come, make it that, like, Supergirl's job's done. I know it's a messy situation. Like, Arrow had to deal with, like, all, like, the reality change to make Star City safe. It'll be interesting to see how Supergirl does it, but I can see that, like, Supergirl ends with Mon-El coming back and then going to live on some sort of planet, wherever it is. I don't know where they'd go. Is it Argo City, if that's still alive? Are they going there? Who knows? But I can see that happening at the end. Like, Mon-El comes back and it's like the fairy tale happy ending. I can see that playing out. Now, something that people have been asking, like, or, you know, just wondering straight away as soon as this news came out, is about Superman and Lois. Now, I don't think Superman and Lois is the reason this show is ending. Like, I do hope that if there's any Supergirl fans out here that are on Twitter and that have any sort of voice, try and spread out that it's not Superman and Lois's fault that this show is ending. I think it's just because Melissa Benoist, it's just time for her to move on. And I think you have to give credit to her to do that, to make the decision to do that. And I think it's the right decision because of what's happening with her life. So I don't think you can really criticize her for it, and I don't think you should be attacking Superman and Lois. But maybe that's why Superman and Lois got picked up. Maybe because they were going to be moving on with Supergirl after this season. But it will be interesting to see if she plays into any roles in Superman and Lois season 1. As I said, I think she's going to be leaving Earth after the show ends, so I don't think you're going to see Supergirl appear on Superman and Lois, and I don't think Melissa Benoist would probably return to the role once she's ended. Usually when someone ends a role, you know, as the main star of a show, it'd be pretty damn rare if they came back. Like, I don't expect Stephen Amell to come back. I wouldn't expect Melissa Benoist to come back either. But yeah, how they wrap it up is going to be interesting. I do wonder if it's going to get any sort of ending like Arrow did, or if it's going to be a bit downplayed, especially because of COVID. I don't know if they can have as many returning characters as I'd like to have. It's difficult, but they got 20 episodes apparently to do it. Although they're trying to get to 20 episodes to do it, so they're getting a lot of episodes to get it done. So it should be interesting. Now, obviously, will other shows end? I think the only other show that could potentially end this season is Legends of Tomorrow, but we've been saying that for the past like 2 or 3 seasons, and they just keep going. They're like the little show that could. They just keep going. They keep just chewing along and just never end. So it wouldn't surprise me if Legends ended. I don't think they'd want to be making back-to-back announcements, especially because actually Legends and Supergirl are probably going to premiere at the same time. So they could announce it, actually, I guess, if they wanted to. But they probably wanted to give it space. Like, give Supergirl the credit, or Supergirl the room for this announcement to breathe, and then maybe announce Legends if they want to. But who knows? As I said, we've been saying for the past few seasons where the Legends is going to end, and it hasn't. So they might keep going. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this show ends. I think, as I said, 6 seasons is a really good run. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it ends when it premieres in like middle of next year sometime. I don't know when. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this. Are you shocked? What are your thoughts? How do you think the show's going to end? Anything like that, let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.